Good evening, Otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your dark mask diva. Okay, so I was on Quora and I got this funny question. It's actually a funny question, but it's really not a funny question because it's kind of like a sad question, but I feel compelled to answer it, okay, because it's really something that everybody really wants to know. And I think it was a question from a kid, but I think a lot of adults want to know the answer to it as well, okay, because it's a social issue. So here comes the funny question, and my answer is probably not going to be so funny though, okay. So here it is. This guy wants to know why fat women have such an attitude. Okay, first of all, don't guys think all women have an attitude? Okay, but this is just my personal take on it. Okay, so I used to be heavy. I used to be clinically obese. Okay, so I got done losing a lot of weight, and I'm still losing some more weight. But here's the thing about being overweight. Okay, it's really unpleasant. It's unpleasant to be overweight because you get really tired easily, and you have all these extra health problems that go with being overweight. And here's the thing about being overweight. No matter how pretty you are, because I was still pretty when I was fat, okay? No matter how pretty you are, if you're fat, people are always telling you you're fat. People are always reminding you that you're fat. And you're always reminding yourself that you're fat. And whenever you go to shop for clothes, you have to go in the fat lady section to shop for clothes. You have to go to the plus size store to shop for clothes. And it doesn't matter how much style you have or how cute you are or whatever. Someone's always telling you in some kind of way how fat you are. And it doesn't matter if it's a fat fetish person, like they're trying to give you a compliment or whatever. You know, they're always saying you're pretty, but they're including that you're big in the compliment. They can't just tell you how pretty you are. They go, and I like big girls. They have to include that. They can't just give you a compliment. They have to fetishize you while they're doing it. And it's making you feel bad, okay? Because you should not be giving people compliments like that. You should not, because you're actually body shaming people when you do stuff like that. So don't tell people about their size, okay? Because fat women know they're fat. Okay, I'm just going to come out and use the word fat. I know it's not politically correct, but fat women know they're fat, okay? So that's one reason they have such an attitude. Now, when I was bigger, I didn't have an attitude because I knew I was still attractive and everything like that, but I would just not let things bother me. But that's just the kind of personality I have. But also because most of my life I've been a thin person. And I knew that I was going to be thin again. I just knew that I temporarily was overweight because I was having some health problems. So I knew that I would lose the weight again and that I did not personalize my weight. Which brings me to the next point. A lot of ladies who are overweight personalize their weight. They see themselves as their weight, okay? So here's another thing. In my mind, I'm telling myself, I'm overweight right now, but the real me is skinny and I can lose the weight again, right? So a lot of women don't feel like they can lose the weight. They feel like they either like food too much or that they have some kind of health condition that prevents them from losing the weight. Now here's the thing, a lot of the times we do have health conditions that make it really hard for us to lose the weight. That doesn't mean it's impossible, it just means it's almost impossible. It means it's just really, really hard. And a lot of us under stress, and a lot of us don't have the right kind of foods. A lot of us, can't exercise the way we want to. A lot of the times it's just extremely hard to lose the weight. The older we get, medications we're taking, different things. It depends on, how many babies we've had. It slows down our metabolism, hormonal changes. There's a lot of reasons women get fat, okay? The deck is kind of stacked against us, okay? So It's really easy to get fat. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's why so many women are. Okay, so, and a lot of women who are too skinny get teased and get put down for it too. So it's not just women who are fat, but the thing about being bigger, it's women are put down for it. Like it's something that can easily happen. Okay. And a lot of women are bigger because they stress eat. All right. Life is really stressful. So they stress eat. They're getting bigger and fatter because they're getting more and more stressed out. And then being bigger and fatter makes you stressed out. So it's just kind of this snowball going down the hill type of deal. And you're getting bigger and fatter. Okay. So here's the thing about being bigger. Okay. You're treated differently. Okay, people will treat you like you're less than. They'll treat you like a second-class citizen. Now, I'm not about the fat acceptance movement, okay, because I never really accepted myself as a fat person. You know, I always knew that I would lose the weight again, and I never saw it as a disability or anything like that. I mean, I do have disabilities, but I never considered my weight one of them. I never personalized my weight. Things that are body acceptance and stuff like that, I never saw weight as one of my barriers in society. Okay, I don't see it as anything to really complain about, to be honest. I don't support the fat acceptance movement. Okay, so, and I'm very vocal about that. So I think a lot of that is very toxic. So that said, I do know that a lot of people who are bigger are treated less than. Okay, so I am going to acknowledge that. All right. I think I'm treated better now that I've lost a lot of weight. And I know when I lose more weight, I'll probably be treated even better. Let's just keep it real. Okay, society is shallow. All right, we praise beauty. There's the halo effect. All right, I just always see myself as because the normal me is a skinny me. So I always just saw myself as temporarily big and someone who was going to lose the weight. So I never personalized my larger size. But these women who are bigger, they do. Okay, they think they are going to be big for the rest of their lives. I've asked friends to lose weight with me and who are also bigger, and they don't want to. Okay, they just and they say to me, well, you were skinny before, so you want to be skinny again. And I go, well, you don't understand how great it is to be skinny. You know, you feel better, you look better. Life is different as a skinny person, and it is. I'm not going to lie, it is. Okay, so people just treat you better. All right, they treat you different when you're fat. It's true. It doesn't mean you're ugly when you're fat. That's not necessarily making you unattractive. Okay, but but if you are at a healthy weight, you are going to be more attractive. And the healthier of a weight that you're at, the more attractive you're going to be. The better you're going to feel, the more energetic you're going to be. So these women personalize their size. So they are going to have an attitude. Say like you're sitting with all your friends, they are skinny. You're sitting with all your friends in a club, you're getting ignored, your skinny friends are being bought drinks, okay? Your skinny friends might not be as pretty as you, but you're still being ignored. Why? Because you're the fat friend. Okay? So it's kind of hard not to let that get to you. Okay? The guys that like you when you're a big girl are guys who fetishize fat women. Okay? You don't want to be fetishized as a fat woman, because one of these days you will have to lose the weight if you want to live long enough. All right? So one of the reasons I'm losing the weight is because I identify as a skinny person and I don't want to be overweight, is also because I want to live longer. Okay? I found out I have a major health problem, so it's like, I think it's time to lose the weight again. All right? I want to live longer. So you don't see very elderly people who are obese, do you? No, because obese people don't live very long. Right? So there we go. So you don't want to attract men who are fetishizing you for your size, because it's something that's unhealthy. All right? And I would like to also add that the fat acceptance movement was started by men who fetishized obese women. So those of you who support the fat acceptance movement know that it was started by chubby chasers, and they were white men. So stop saying the fat acceptance movement is for black women. It's not. Okay? And stop saying being fat is like being black. It's not. All right? Stop aligning your struggles with those of black people, because it has nothing to do with the struggles of black people. They've been through things that fat people will never go through. So don't even go there. Fat people having an attitude. You have health problems when you're fat. You're going to be grumpy. Okay? So fat people are grumpy. Their blood sugar's all over the place. They are going to be a little bit mean. Okay? When you're having that many health problems, your doctor's telling you to lose weight, you don't feel well, you can't chase your kids, you can't chase your grandkids, you're feeling bad about yourself. Okay? Fat people having an attitude. Plus, you feel like the best offense is a good defense. So these fat women are being defensive. Okay? So it's really like they're just really putting up a bravado, kind of how guys who feel bad about themselves kind of act like bigger you-know-whats. It's kind of the same thing. Okay? You notice how women, who don't feel inferior are just kind of nice. Well, it's kind of like that. So I hope that cleared it up, and I hope I wasn't all over the place, and I hope you guys have a beautiful evening, and I will see you in the next content. This has been Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva, and I love you all. Bye-bye.